The second coming of Jesus. In the Bible, God has already shown us an example of a second coming. Elijah went up to heaven in a whirlwind. 2nd Book of Kings 2:11. Elijah ascended into heaven in a fantastic chariot of fire. In the book of Malachi, God said, "I will send the prophet Elijah to you before that great and dreadful day of the Lord comes." Malachi 4:5. A man named Jesus from Nazareth appeared claiming to be the Son of God. Jesus was asked, "Why then do the scribes say that Elijah must come first?" Matthew 17:10. Jesus said, "And if you are willing to accept it, he, John, is the Elijah who was to come." Matthew 11:14. Even though God specifically said he will send Elijah in Malachi 4:5, John the Baptist was born instead. Elijah ascended into heaven. People were looking for Elijah to descend from heaven. However, John the Baptist was born as the Elijah. Jesus ascended into heaven, and Christians are looking for Jesus to descend from heaven. However, Jesus will be born as a child again. She gave birth to a son, a male child, who will rule all the nations with an iron scepter. And her child was snatched up to God and to his throne. Revelation 12:5. Who could be by God's throne but Christ? Revelation 3:12. Jesus talks about his new name. To the one who is victorious I will give authority over the nations. Revelation 2:26. His eyes are like blazing fire, and on his head are many crowns. He has a name written on him that no one knows but he himself. On his robe and on his thigh he has this name written: King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Revelation 19:12-16. Remember, in Revelation, this is Jesus who is talking about the rider on a white horse. According to Jesus, this rider is the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. This rider has a name that no one knows but he himself. When Jesus came 2,000 years ago, it was the religious people who knew the scriptures that rejected Christ in the flesh. Jesus will not come on the clouds. They shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Matthew 24:30. What is the meaning of clouds? We are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses. Hebrews 12:1. The waters you saw where the prostitute sits are peoples, multitudes, nations, and languages. Revelation 17:15. Waters symbolizes sinful people. Clouds symbolizes purified people. Then which we are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. 1 Thessalonians 4:17. What is the meaning of air? The ruler of the kingdom of the air. Ephesians 2:2. Satan is the ruler of the kingdom of the air. It's a spiritual meeting with the Lord. Meeting the Lord in the air means meeting the Lord in Satan's world. This world. Metaphor, a thing regarded as representative or symbolic of something else.